Module 1, Lesson 15, Exposure Modes, Program.
In this lesson, you'll learn to use your camera a bit like a compact camera and why there's times that you might actually like to do this.
Program mode allows your camera full control of the exposure. When in this mode, the camera will calculate both the aperture and the shutter speed settings. You can still set the ISO manually or set it to auto if you like. When the light is changing frequently, program mode can let you concentrate on composition and other things rather than exposure. On days when there's lots of small clouds in the sky and the sun is constantly being blocked for short periods of time, it's convenient to use program mode. It's also helpful if you're photographing in a situation when you're moving from outdoors to indoors and back again. It still pays for you to keep an eye on what settings your camera is choosing. You do not want to end up with blurry photos because the camera's chosen a slow shutter speed or an aperture setting that's too wide. Some cameras allow you to override the settings in program mode. If you want to maintain a faster shutter speed, just use the command dial to set the shutter speed you want. The aperture setting works in the same way. You'll need to check your camera manual or do a specific online search of your camera model to discover if it has this feature. I prefer never using program mode because you have so little control over what's happening with your exposures. I recommend using it only when you're not getting good exposures with any of the other modes. Make sure to check your exposures carefully to ensure they're good if you do choose to use program mode. Module 1, Photography Course Challenge number 15. To practice using program mode, you might need to move around so that you are in various lighting conditions. If you can find static and moving subjects, this diversity will help. Make a series of photos in different locations and lighting conditions. If you can photograph both in bright sunshine and in the shade or indoors, please do so.
Take your time when you're doing these challenges. Don't rush things. Enjoy yourself and don't forget to take notes about what you're doing, what you're thinking about, and just what you're observing as you're doing the challenge.
Key points from this lesson are: program mode allows your camera full control of the exposure. When the light is changing frequently, program mode can let you concentrate on composition and other things rather than exposure. I prefer never to use program mode because you have so little control over what's happening with your exposures.